What is going on, everyone? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome back to reacting to bad reviews on good movies. Episode 3, and today I'm going to do part 1 of Harry Potter reviews. I'm not going to do all of them in one episode because that would just take too long. I've gotten a suggestion that I should only do two parts, especially depending on the franchise. So I'm just gonna do the first part of the Harry Potter movies, meaning Sorcerer's Stone through Goblet of Fire. So starting off with the Sorcerer's Stone, the first one is maybe the books are better. Really? Who said this was good? Just sat down to watch the most hype movie. Unbelievable. This movie is boring. Even my two teenagers didn't waste time on it. We turned it off before we had even seen it, a third of it. I wouldn't recommend this movie. I think the whole key special effects are very dated because they may have been good at in their time. That is a good point, but that's nasty. That's wow. Oh my goodness. Waste of your time. Boring. It's not boring. Come on, it's Harry Potter. Terrible movie. Terrible movie. A real waste of money. Fictional characters dominated by witchcraft. Not something you would want anyone to watch. What? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Only fictional characters only witchcraft is a terrible thing that your young children watch. Okay. Next one. Lifeless adaptation of spectacular book. Truly a bad movie, made all the more disappointing for the chunky, unimaginative way it tackles its subject. One of the most delightful and imaginative creations to come around in a long time. The sets uniformly resemble pre-built fake sets at Disney World, and the pacing and direction are plotting and second-rate. Nowhere in this movie do you find yourself lifted out of your seat and truly engaged. One is always aware that they are watching the ponderous and effortful attempt to recreate the book. Oh, the movie has no magic of its own. What? Oh, come on. One example is the wonderful scene from the book where the Sorting Hat picks Harry for Gryffindor. In the book, the scene is enthralling. In the movie, it has no saying. Oh, God, on. Come on. The spectacle of the hat with an animated mouth is silly. What? And actually distract from the notion that the battered old hat has hidden musical power which Harry can only sense and whose voice he can only hear. Which, when he slips it on and he's plunged into the inner dark world of the hat in the book has no mouth. It doesn't? I don't remember. It does have a mouth though. It opens up like this, right? It opens up differently, but it very much has a mouth. Um, well, I guess they're probably talking about that. There were a million different interesting and creative ways of depicting this scene cinematically, and Mr. Columbus, the director, has exhibited anti-genius to find one of the more drab approaches to it. If only Terry Gilliam had been picked to direct the movie, he was in the running, but then the film might not yet be finished. The kids' acting is good, particularly those of the kids playing around Hermione. Yay, that's good. Although there are times when you're only too aware of the limitations of the young cast. I mean, did they say, or did they meant to say limitations? I don't know. The adults are fine, and with the best performances being coming from Alan Rickman, yes, and Robert Coltrane as Professor Snape and Hagrid, respectively, but they're not around enough. That 7-year-old son who loved the books and claimed to love the movie was screaming in his seat by the end of the over-long movie, and now that we own it, he never watches it at all. He never watches it at all. Read the book instead. Oh, come on. Wow, that's nasty. What was the point? I'm not sure just how long this movie even. I'm not sure how long this movie was, even though I looked at my watch about 40 times during the film. What, really? The story didn't seem to go anywhere or just at all. Oh man, it seems as though there are large sections of the movie where the characters forgot about the plot. You have to kind of come up with one of them and just wander around aimlessly. You could have told the same story in a 21-minute TV show, but instead you end up with long, drawn-out scenes that go nowhere and do not contribute to the story whatsoever. In short, Harry is an abused little boy that gets thrust into the magical driver's seat. He goes to magician school. He is a chosen one. Who cares? It doesn't seem to do anything that proves this. There is a stone they needed to save from some evil guy, but they straight down long, boring sequences that only seem to prove that the faint Harry can't do magic after all, and always relies on his friends, and they that do bail that do to bail him out. They drive the chosen one thing into your head for a few more times, then Harry saves the day without really doing anything. Oh, come on, he does. He fights. He does fight. From a, 11-year-old standpoint, yeah. My God, brutal. Okay, haven't read the book and shouldn't have seen the movie. But why are you reading the what? If you have not seen the book, then why are you watching the movie? Well, there are a lot of movies I don't read the books from, so that's a good thing that I understand. Boy, was I surprised! Really surprised about that bad movie. I've just seen while living in the theater. Most people who have seen the movie they know the Potter universe is good as their pant pockets. Not me, but I really like I really like kiddie movies. It's always very interesting and very entertaining, and the kids mostly show up with enormous lust and fun for acting. Not little Harry. He's just really terrible, and takes a lot for me to play such a statement. His 3-hour lasting smile completely spoils his character. He looks, wait, 3 hour lasting smile? What the hell? It's kind of creepy. His look on the face isn't touch of it, or if then a little cute bit. He's being trapped in his honey of the whole so far childhood and being released by his unimaginable destiny. There are two extreme situations, but Harry reacts like he's just luckily found by sense. Storytelling is extremely impatient. Journeys between real and magic world are unspectacular, and some scenes are just ridiculous. What? Like the final chess battle where the other kid is riding the horse and acting as if the end of the world depends on him. Hey, you're just sitting on a chessboard. It's probably made of wood, or you could jump off, or did somebody paste you on it? What? The ideas are brilliant. The whole universe stuff is undoubtedly very cool. Nevertheless, the things happen. The things that happen in that environment are being prepared somehow carelessly. I think the movie is more attractive to the people who've also read he book, and meant to be the, but read he book, and some of them confess that the story is really difficult to follow in the way it's being told in the movie. I have my troubles following the much too fast-paced storytelling. It's a movie that requires a lot. It's a MTV movie. What? No, it's not. That requires a lot of sending through the whole 3 hours. It isn't 3 hours. It's 2.5 hours. It's not long. Not even that bad. It's not MTV. It's Warner Brothers. Wow. Okay, well, that was all the ones for Sorcerer's Stone. So let's go ahead and move on to the Chamber of Secrets. Okay, so here's the Chamber of Secrets. Worst movie ever from a kid's perspective. Okay, if you want a family movie to watch this, this is not the one. I hate this movie. There's too much blood. What? There's not even that much blood. There's just like, come on, they're getting dangerous. They're not much blood. There is not. This is a must not watch. There is too much killing. What? I rest my point. This is the worst movie ever. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I feel like every other word in the movie is kill. Can at least they stopped on the killing? It's not that when there's blood with the on the walls, and there's kill, like as the snake says it, but what? Wow. I mean, yeah, it's dark, so of course it's gonna be like that. But like, wow, they don't. Some person doesn't like killing in any kind of media. Wow. Okay. All right. Tedious and overrated, which is tedious is another word for boring. I actually on one of my gameplays, I thought that my titling of the game was so tedious was actually being it's so hard, but it was actually wrong. It was actually tedious means boring. It's another way of saying boring. So boring essentially and overrated. Yes, I'm going to pan the new Harry Potter film, and no, I'm not a hyperactive parent who's scared of witches and black cats. In the same way, Titanic combined a completely generic love story with $1 million CGI and went on to become the highest grossing film of all time. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, much less like its predecessor, combines incredible visuals with a completely uninteresting, mundane storytelling. What? While the Sorcerer's Stone had a few inspired moments, absolutely nothing in this movie hooked me in. The plot was incredibly loose. Characters fumble from one encounter to the next without much rhyme or reason. And I found it impossible to keep track of all the characters, in part because they have names like circus clowns. What? What? And the villain's explanation at the end is just a contrived and unbelievable, even for a fantasy film, as The Sorcerer's Stone. People hype these films as if they're setting some new precedent for kids' action adventure, but in truth, they don't come close to touching the one that set the standard. 1981's Rated Lost Ark. Next time, I'll watch that and keep my money. But what I'm kind of confused why they think that the characters from the Harry Potter universe are like clown names or like circus clowns. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that means at all. But still, uninteresting mundane storyline. It's amazing. Come on, it's a book. Based on a book. Gotta give it a credit, you know. Okay. Terrible sequel to a great movie. Oh man. The movie starts out with an older Harry Potter. It's obvious that he is going through some puberty because his voice is weakened and it makes it sound goofy at times. They are all going through puberty. Anyways, I think the film really falls short in terms of enjoyment. The new people offer no excitement. Sure, maybe the teacher guy was okay. Drake's father is incredibly boring and isn't really mysterious at all. He can't really act at all. What? He's a great actor. From what it looks like, they hired him because he's somewhat resembled of Draco, but he ain't convincing enough to be enjoyable. The movie has its action, but the first half is boring. The first 20 minutes of the movie has some nice special effects, but overall, the set for the tone is just for a boring and prolonged movie. To wrap it up, though, in the end, the movie will get a lot of praise if it is a popular book adaptation. Pass this one up. Sorry to those who are diehard fans. I do not think this movie is very entertaining, though. But again, Lucius is not the actor who plays him is not a bad actor. He can't really act well. He's a great actor. He did a really good job in that movie. Opinion, but it's still pretty funny. They think that. Okay, if you're a true HP fan, don't see it. When I went to watch this movie, my expectations weren't too much high. Still remembering the first one. Still, the second Harry Potter movie succeeded to shock me anew with its complete stupidity. The acting is one of the worst I've ever seen. Oh my god. The story was damn boring and never succeeded to create the dark and gothic atmosphere of the book. Harry was shown like some sweetie pie angelic boy when in the novel it's clearly seen that he is a kind of tough guy that, despite the enmity to Voldemort, has got his dark sides. Ron looks like some completely idiot, I think they meant to say complete idiot that has just let the asylum for mentally damaged people, and the less would be said about Hermione, the better. Why this movie is so dumb, sentimental. Why Snape looks like some old woman. Why was the secrets for Lee and Snape even more fulfilled? Old woman? What? No. Well, the beginning looks like some goddamn TV comedy, aka Friends. No idea. One last thing to say: this movie has a record of the worst movie ever. P.S. The 1 star in the rating is for the soundtrack. I think that it was worth something in this movie. Otherwise, I'll receive no stars at all. So you're calling this a movie? Wow. This movie is not a movie then. I think it's that bad, but like calling Snape old woman. What? that is a pretty funny comment, but also that doesn't make any sense. He's not. No. Utterly pathetic. Harry Potter is basically just garbage. Oh, come on. No, it's awesome. I love it. Sure, the fantastical plot and personable characters will help drag you helplessly into the movie, but it's all for a naught. The movie with its witchcraft and sorcery only lures younger people into the more dangerous supernatural things. I only give fair warning to anyone that intends their kids to watch this. I've seen kids where I live go from Harry Potter to try and cast spells on people and then start learning about Santa and trying to get out of the dead. What? Etc. It's just a fork in the road. That's hilarious. At least my little Timmy Sally is reading books on thanks to Harry Potter and watching tasteful movies. You might say, well, sure, but then see if you regret it when they have a supernatural conjurer to trying to cast spells on family and holding stances with her friends. If you're mad at me for pummeling Harry Potter in my review, so be it. I just go by what I see and what I witness. Just find something more educational for your children, not just choosing the only thing that they'll watch willingly. Oh my gosh. Really, people will go literally as far as watching a Harry Potter movie spells and stuff, and they go like as far as doing sayings to connect it. That's ridiculous. Wow, that's just insane. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's just wow. Okay. All right, that is all for the Chamber of Chicken. Let's go ahead and go to the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the more popular of the films. Okay, so here's Prisoner of Azkaban. Totally disappointed. This movie was awful. I don't really know how these other people liked it. If I hadn't read the book, I would have no idea what was going on with certain scenes in the movie. Other things were added that had no business being in the movie. Okay, I can understand that some things were taken out of the book. Okay, I get that part. Maybe it was the director's attempt at humor with some of these things, but failed miserably. Warner Brothers would do well not to hire this director for the remaining movies. With the first two movies, I felt like it was in a magical place. With this one, I was just a bunch of kids with magic tricks. Save your time and money on this one. Read the book; it's way better. Okay, I kind of get where this guy's going from, because it was a different director. First, the movies felt like it was the same idea because it was the same director, and I feel like the third one wasn't was my least favorite movie. Not just because and just how it changed. I didn't hate it. No, it was my least favorite just because of the tone of the movie and just what I thought of it. I didn't enjoy it. It was just dark and not my kind of thing. It was very dark. It was actually the darkest Harry Potter's got me. The second one was pretty dark, but the third one just went crazy. But murdering and stuff like that, I didn't like that a whole lot. Although I think it's fine now. I think after seeing it again and again, I'm fine with it. But like, I kind of understand where this guy's going from, but I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah. I didn't think the movie was awful, but yeah. But this isn't technically a funny review, but like, I kind of understand. This guy has a point. But still, he didn't get everything right about the book, but still not bad. Okay, not Harry Potter. Okay, this is gonna be a very long review because it's like it usually goes those are characters, plot, mood, music, and continuity. So this will be quite a long review to read. Okay, so it says not Harry Potter's the title of the review. This was published on August 1st, 2007, just to kind of say date right there. I was very pleased with the first Harry Potter film. The school was just as I had imagined it in the book. Most of the actors did a very good job of representing the character, particularly Hagrid, Snape, and Dumbledore. The music was positively wonderful and fit perfectly, and it had a kind of charm to it that was simply fantastic. The second movie, despite being my least favorite book, was even better. It was a pretty good book. Characters. However, this new movie takes everything the first two did and throws it away. Oh my god. To start with, the actor that plays old Dumbledore is dreadful. He's not that bad. I mean, I prefer the Richard Harris Dumbledore, but yeah, I kind of understand where you're going from. He is not dreadful, but no, he's not dreadful, but he's not my favorite. He turns the wise old wizard, the old man who he who must not be named, ever feared, and turns him into a character of Adobe school principal. I always hated the way Lupin was portrayed. Oh, come on. He's the best part of that movie. He's literally my favorite character. And favorite actor also. He was nothing like he was in the book. Well, maybe in the hairstyle, because he doesn't have a beard. Or he doesn't have a mustache in this case. Or, he has longer hair too. In the book, he was one of my favorite characters, but the movie turned him into a bland, uninteresting character. No, it was also completely ridiculous how the wizards, even at school, were wearing normal clothes. Okay, I kind of get that part. That was a little ridiculous. They just didn't need to do that. In the books, wizards don't even know how to wear normal clothes when it's necessary. That's funny. They don't know how to wear normal clothes. Wow. I'm not even sure how they managed to turn Malfoy into a sissy baby. That is hilarious. Wow. Plot. The plot is manipulated in ways that are completely unnecessary. Things like changing the time when Harry got his new broomstick. It also lingered. Wait. Did it not happen at the end of the book? Or in the movie, whatever? I don't know. It also lingered on unimportant parts and cut down or left out entirely important and interesting parts. The scene in the Shrieking Shack, one of my favorite parts in the book, was cut down terribly. The only part that was done well was the part with the time turner. Oh my god. Mood. I also hated the new mood of the movie. The director tries to give it a darker feel, but ends up drastically overdone. To the point of being extremely pretentious. However, some parts of the movie are simply silly for silly's sake. What? Silly for silly's sake? It doesn't make any sense. Not pulled off successfully. One such scene is the night bus. The same thing is done with the portrayal of Professor Trelawney. She made into a whimsical character rather than a realistic one with funny qualities. Throughout the whole movie, the director completely loses the entire feel of Harry Potter. He could have made it darker without completely discarding the first two. Music. I also hate John Williams' score. Okay, I didn't hate it. I think that he's a brilliant composer, one of the best out there, but sometimes when a composer does a new score on a new movie in a franchise, sometimes they don't do it like the best job. I don't know what that sounds like. I think it was not bad. I actually, it was kind of like, spooky a little bit. Okay, the music composed is significantly less lyrical than the first and takes out the sense of wonder the first two had. Even the main dream theme is only played for several seconds at the beginning. Okay, I kind of see that part. To me, the old music has a much greater emotional effect and fit much better with the feel of the books. Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, continuity. However, the worst thing in the movie in this new movie was how the new director completely changed the orientation of Hogwarts, the student school. Okay, I get it. Yeah. There's it's a completely different direction. Hagrid's hut is now in across a bridge and down some steps to a pumpkin patch, and that's like how it is, and it's completely differently laid out. I get it. Yeah, that was weird. The school now looks completely different. Maybe from that, except for the Great Hall. They added the bridge. I think the Great Hall is basically the same. It's basically it's in castle. It looks in castle, but like it's a, you can tell it's very different because it's a new director. The thing is in the same place it was before. Well, maybe the set besides the Great Hall. Yeah, the exterior of the Hogwarts castle. That's pretty much it. There is now a giant clock tower at the entrance. Okay, that was added, yes. And Hagrid's cabin is moved from a flat pasture with inside of school to a rocky hillside hidden in a small valley. Okay, I get that. Also I understand how that could be a bit. Yeah. The Wingardium is not in the same place. There is a bridge that doesn't appear in the first two. Okay, I really understand that. I really hated this movie. It's as if the new director wanted to completely disregard everything done before him and pretend as though nothing only that the pretend as though not only that no previous movies had been made, but that it was his own story as well. The only reason this movie wasn't worth watching is because it stuck loosely to the plot J.K. Rowling crafted in the book. Okay, so I totally understand. I did not like. I think like I said before, Prisoner of Azkaban was my least favorite Harry Potter movie just because of the tone and how it was directed, and just because it was the first movie in the series that was with a new director, so that he completely changed everything. Of course, it was a couple of years since the last movie came out, so the actors are 2 years older instead of 1 year older, and so like all the characters are more than they're teenagers, so like Hermione has gone through a lot of puberty, and all the other characters like Ron has different hair, and obviously Dumbledore, but like I totally understand this whole thing about the cast changing everything. They changed a lot. When you have a new director, I didn't expect him to change everything about the way that the Hogwarts castle laid out. That was me. I didn't appreciate. But yeah, aside from that, it wasn't the most terrible movie ever made. But I was disappointed with most of it. But I still liked it. But it was a disappointing movie in terms of what they did with the direction, because I could tell it was directed by a director. Sometimes I can't tell, but like this particular movie, I was like, oh yeah, this is a different director completely. I did like a lot of things. I loved the murder rap. I liked the murder map. I liked Lupin. He was a fun character. I liked the new Dumbledore to an extent. He was interesting. I just thought it was a very very fun story. We got a lot more about Harry's backstory, so that's why I liked it in terms of what it is. But still, I I can defend it to an extent. Is it a joke? It's the worst movie I have ever seen. After Bowling for Columbine, whatever, I don't know. I dislike all things. First, they don't respect the book. They forgot to say a lot of things very important, and all the story was changed. Second, the actors are very bad at it, except Rupert Grint, Ron. What? That's not bad. Jen Malcolm is awful. Oh no, and particularly when he cries. Um, I don't know about that. I don't really notice this stuff. I just don't really notice it. But yeah, don't diss on him. The Soul Cognor, the tree of the tree of the second movie, okay, was not at the same place. It was a bridge, some stairs. They don't appear in the second movie. Okay, again with the director, that was a director change. I totally understand that. So there are their spelling errors. I don't find my French to English dictionary. The Wolfman, Loop Girl, the Wolfman, really, the Wolfman. you're calling Loop in the werewolf a Wolfman. Wow, Loop Garrow was a bad copy of Gollum. Usually the Wolfman has hair everywhere. He did have hairs. Did he? I guess not. I don't know. Well, but a bad copy of Gollum. That's funny. We also always saw Harry, Hermione, and Ron, and it's very bad. We always saw Harry, Hermione, and Ron. It's very bad. What? Yeah, they're always together. Yeah, I don't know what the problem with that is. We don't see Hogwarts pull out the Quidditch. We don't see Hogwarts. We don't see Hogwarts. Yeah, we do see Hogwarts. The guy doesn't understand what he's talking about. We do see Hogwarts. The Quidditch. Okay, you don't like the Quidditch, okay? Yeah, I didn't like the Quidditch in the movie. It was because it was the only Quidditch movie. We only got to see one Quidditch match, and that was in the rain. They didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It was not good. Sirius Black was an error. He looked like an addictive pirate. What? I also didn't like Sirius Black. He was creepy, but he was also portrayed very brilliantly as played by Gary Oldman. He was great. I mean, I think the reason why he looks like that is because he was fresh out of prison, so he's supposed to look kind of like that. But again, not the worst ever. He wasn't an error. I don't think he was an error, but I think he definitely changed from the third movie to the fifth movie. Definitely, but he was an error. I mean, come on. The Wizards are always normal clothes, and that is very stupid. Okay, they're not always normal clothes. They're not. There are times when they are in their normal Wizards robes. There's actually a scene. It was very messy scene of them with their Wizards robe. Some of them have just their white shirts and tie on. Some of them have the robes a little bit on, and it's just kind of crazy. Some of them ties loose. That was my least favorite scene in terms of how the robes looked. But yeah, I never understood why they used normal clothes. It didn't really make sense to me. Did it? No, I don't think it happened later in the movies. I guess it kind of happened with Winter. I don't know. Weird. Okay. That is very stupid. Yes. When Harry did Titanic on book. What? When Harry did Titanic on book. I have no idea what that means. It has no sense and it's very, very stupid and I have no idea what this guy's talking about. The Munders are a bad copy of the Dead School. Koda's imagination. They're not bad. I mean, they're different. They were obviously changed in the other movies, but yeah, they're not. They were pretty creepy. They were brilliant. They were really good. But that's just really it's a bad comparison right there. The book is excellent. Why is the movie not? I don't know why they should show Draco Malfoy like a sissy. Oh come on. So I hate this movie, and I'm very glad that the Curon, Gem and you will to be producer of the other movies. Well, actually, he wasn't. Draco Malfoy wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't like him in the his hairstyles changed a lot. Even when I was at Comic-Con, not this year, but last year, I asked Tom Felton why did they change the hair, and he literally had no idea. He said it was something the director decided to do. I mean, that's what his exact words were along the lines of, I don't know, man. It was something. It was what the director wanted to do. Basically, he was like, oh, I don't know, man. It was like it was the director's idea kind of thing, and he's basically he didn't know what the answer was to that. He basically didn't know. Like the director decided to change the way everyone looked, so everyone's hair looks a little different. So that's basically why. Wow. Okay. I find it really funny the way he's nicknaming these like acting bad. No, they're not bad. They're really good. They're really good. Come on. What the hell? Okay. Worst Potter movie ever. Okay, another long review here. What I'm about to say is going to sound like I am not an HP fan, but believe me, I am. I read all of the books before the movies. And I love the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth HP books, and I enjoyed the first two movies a lot. Chris Columbus is a good director, and he did the books justice. Now the third movie is out. I didn't like the third book at all because it seemed like a big side story. It didn't have a lot to do with the main plot, Harry and Voldemort. that's not the point of the movie. The movie is sort of a little more about you know, I guess with Voldemort, the involvement of Voldemort is there to like it sets up the it sets up like the darkness of it. Like it sets up the you know the his more of his backstory, like you know Harry's backstory, and you know like a lot of things coming from, and then also it has like a Voldemort follower with Peter Wormtail. So I yeah it didn't need to have Voldemort in it at all, but I don't think it was a terrible idea. That not like whatever. I did like the book because it was HP though. Because so apparently this guy thinks that the book was a Harry Potter, but the movie was not. Anyways, onto the movie. I didn't have faith in this new movie at all, particularly because I love the third book. A new director, a new Dumbledore. Rich Harris rocked my socks. He did. And the kids were maturing faster than Warner Brothers just putting on the movie. That's true. It's kind of like with Serious Unfortunate Events. They had to film as much as they can, especially they're filming season 3 right now, so they can get the actors on to age as fast. And the actors are actually pretty rare. It's good because you know some actors are actually when they're making a series of films or a TV show based on books or whatever, the actors are aware that they're getting older. Kind of like with everyone because they just couldn't make anymore because they're just getting too old. Kind of like that. So with the actors, with the movies they had to do that. But I think they could have they didn't need to wait that long. Um, that's still funny. I thought that at least the movie would be lengthy like the first two and full of details. Oh, I was oh so wrong. Alfonso Cuarón, SP. What does that mean? SP did not do Azkaban justice. I thought that I would enjoy the movie over the book, but I ended up liking the book more than its big screen counterpart. The filmmaker left out huge things, like the whole thing with the martyrdom and who made it. It was in there. It was in there. I mean, I don't think did they mention who actually. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. They totally could have done that. Totally could have done that. They could totally Lupin could have totally told Harry he's one of the martyrs. That could have been I think that. They thought that the fact that James Potter could change into a stag, which is like Harry's Patronus. Bill loved out the scene where Ron sees Sirius with a knife. Wait, that was in the book. I remember that being in the book. Then they left out the awesome knight in the picture, sort of Cadogan and countless other good things. Yeah, that's true. They totally left that out. Um, the filmmakers left those scenes out and added useless scenes in the choir. That was not bad. Actually. I kind of like that one. The stricken heads they were really annoying. The scene with Harry losing control of his firebolt, and finally the grotesque scene of Hermione hugging Ron. This never happened in the book at all. Wait, what grotesque scenes of Hermione hugging Ron? I think the only thing they came close to was like accidentally holding hands. Oh, I think I know what they're talking about. They're talking about when Buckbeak is basically chopped up. You know, I think that Hermione like hugs Ron. That's okay. That it didn't happen in the book. I don't remember that happening. I don't remember if it did or not. But still, it's ridiculous. What finalized my brain into thinking Prisoner of Azkaban was a bad movie was a horrible end. I love the first two movies and I loved all the books, with the exception of Prisoner of Azkaban. But this was a spit of garbage. I hope that Mac Newell makes Goblet of Fire another good book. Awesome. I think that Tim Burton should direct the movies after that because the book. Wait, Tim Burton. Tim Burton? Wow, that would be a very interesting choice of director if they got with that guy. Um, and because the book you casually gets darker and darker, and Burton creates atmospheres that scream dark in this movie. I think they meant that scream. Wow. One interesting thing. Like I didn't even think about all these things that were on the books. I guess it's just been a while since I read a Harry Potter book. Wow. I don't reread them a lot, but wow. Who knew? Okay. Read the book. Skip this awful movie. To call the movie Prisoner of Azkaban is a sin. I have read Prisoner of Azkaban 36 times. Yes, 36 times. Very specific. It's interesting that this person was able to keep track of that. It's my favorite book of all time, and when I feel like reading something, I usually grab this book. But the movie strays from the material so much that you can't even say that this movie is based on the novel. Where to begin picking this apart? The beginning, I have to say, does generally stay pretty close to the book. But once Harry gets to Hogwarts, it is completely different. First of all, Harry's interactions with Lupin are changed dramatically for this book. He now wanders into the forest with him. What the fuck? This never happened. Wait, wanders in the forest. Oh yeah, with the scene where after Harry Potter gets demolished. Okay, get that one. What the fuck? That never happened. This never happens in the book. I don't remember that did it. Also, now there's only one Quidditch match, and Harry gets his final broomstick at the end of the movie instead of at Christmas. Yeah, I always complained that was a thing. Also, and it never tells you how you who gave it to him. Oh, well, isn't it Sirius gives it to him? I think it would be. I think it was in the book that actually was Sirius. And yeah, in the book, Sirius writes him a letter at the end telling him that he has in fact give it to him. Weird. In the movie, the father comes with a feather. A feather. Maybe it came from Hedwig. Maybe Hedwig delivered it to him. Just here you go. Also, now Snape doesn't catch Harry with the Marauder's map when he is sneaking back from Hogsmeade. Yeah, now he's wandering in the middle of the night looking for Peter Pettigrew. Oh, I don't think I remember. I guess I don't. I remember. I just don't. I guess I haven't read the books well enough. Yet again, a drastic change, and also you never learn in the movie that Harry's father Lupin, Harry's father Lupin Black and Pettigrew were all friends at Hogwarts. That's true. Also in the movie, well, no, not necessarily, because Lupin told Pettigrew that they went to school together, or I think it was Black. I think Black told Black was said to Pettigrew that we went to school together, or whatever, something like that. So they addressed it. They did address it, so that's not true. Also in the movie, Black is no longer the Potter's secret keeper. He just happened to tell Voldemort where they were hiding. The list goes on, and I could go on, but I'm not going to. Save your money and give me the book. Just trust me, it is a million times better, and that is from a true Harry Potter fanatic. Wow, I didn't think about this, but still, what do you? I don't know. An interesting idea, but like I don't know. It's not something I really think about a lot. But this guy was obviously wrong because you do find out they were friends at Hogwarts because in the movie in the Shake Shack, I think it's Lupin says to Black or whatever. Lupin says to Pettigrew. I don't know, one of them. Or Lupin tells Harry that we went to school. They went to school together, and they're all three of the original Marauders are in the bill on the shooting track. So that is not true actually. Okay, so here's the one for Goblet of Fire. The worst of the series so far. Awful. The worst of the series so far. I blame the direction, but the acting performances were either cartoonish or flat. What? Shame because the stakes are so high in this story. I know it's always hard to bring the nuance of the book onto the screen, but this one seems to focus too heavily on the action, not enough on the characters. Okay, that's an opinion. I don't really agree with it, but okay. Again, performances are cartoonish or flat. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that means. Okay, what a disappointment. Terrible movie. After reading the book with my kids, we were so looking forward to it. However, when the cut loads out and if you haven't read the book, the viewer would have no idea what was happening since every movie has gotten worse. Oh my god, really? People can just complain about the cutting, really. I totally agree with that, but like seriously, it's hard to translate a book. It is, but still. This is a pretty long one. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Just simply, that's the title of their review. I really liked the first three, but I really hated this movie. It's a 2-hour long movie about the Potter kids going through puberty. Yes, I know they are 14. Puberty age. But they didn't have to make the entire movie about it. They didn't really do it, though. The plot was very weak because so much of the film focused on the puberty aspect of it. The kids begin to notice the opposite sex, fight for no reason, girls are emotionally irrational, they need to find dates. Harry even ends up naked in a bathtub with the ghost girl. What disturbs me about the movie is that Hermione is dating this Bulgarian guy who's at least 17 years old, if not older. Why would a 17-year-old want to date a 14-year-old when you're in high school and going through puberty, even though 1 year is a world of difference? Then it was hinted at their their relationship was physical, which made me so thankful that I didn't have kids because 14 is disgustingly young. Is disgustingly young to be having sex. Okay, so again, that's not actually a big age back. 17 to 14, that's only 3 years. That's not. It wouldn't actually be illegal. It's actually not even that bad. I don't know what's legal. What's illegal to be dating someone at all. I don't even know, but that doesn't really make sense. It doesn't. I don't think it would have been that bad, but no, I don't really think it would be that bad. Anyway, then there was some foreshadowing that Hermione and Ron would end up together. A little bit. It's like Johnny Quest. Everyone wants Johnny to go out with Cersei, but she goes out with Hai J instead. I don't know what that is. Harry's love interest makes her appearance. Some Asian girl with a bad Irish accent. Actually, she's Scottish. She's actually very much Scottish. It's Luna Lovegood is actually Scottish. She's just in the next book. Some Asian girl. It's actually her name is actually Katie Long, or Katie Leung, whatever, or Katie Leung with a. She's Asian, but she's Scottish. She's Scottish from Asian descent or whatever. I can't get over the ball scene where all the girls are crying for no reason. All the girls. You think all the girls are crying? It's just Hermione. Just Hermione. Seriously, if I wanted to watch a movie about a bunch of kids going through puberty, I would have seen 10 things I hate about you or The Breakfast Club. But no, but by the way, nothing is resolved at the end of this film. It acted to the point where I left the theater with a strong urge to watch Kill Bill Volume 1. I know, I didn't read the book, but this is a movie, not a book. Actually, I'm thinking of reading the book because it has to be better than this movie. Well, apparently this guy thinks that, whatever the name is, they think that this movie is just about puberty. It's not about that. I think it was even in the middle of the 60s they actually started, having the connection of, hey guys, there's your friends who you used to be, you're really good friends with, they're actually a girl. You ever think about that kind of thing? It's like, I mean, yeah, it was the first movie where, they actually were officially adults, technically, so it is... It does make sense, but there was so much more than that. They did a good job with adapting. I really think it was really good. I think it was pretty good. The next one is something that's called disgusting, and the comment is stupid Brits. I don't know what they mean. Stupid Brits. It is the funniest comment I've seen here. Stupid Brits. Just simple as that. Stupid Brits. Apparently, this person does not like British people. Probably because they're acting. They said also they said disgusting, and they're saying it's because it's because of the stupid Brits. I don't know what the problem is. That is hilarious. I don't know what that means. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know what that means. Okay, and here's my final review for this episode. Not as good as the book. I know you can't take a book as long as this one and include every single scene. At least because it would literally take all day. Plus, it's like I don't know. It was pretty long. But they could have at least tried to make some attempt to preserve what was so good about the book in the first place. The story in the book is much more complicated and interesting than the movie. It's as if they took an orange, scooped out all the pulp, poured in water, peppered its corn syrup and artificial orange flavor, and said, "Here you go. Here's an orange." They made too many cuts to the story that didn't add to the plot, add things that weren't in the book that did nothing to move the story along. Too many unnecessary changes just makes for a missing movie, which is confusing to all who haven't read the book. So I suggest skip the movie. It's good in terms of visual, but when it comes to setting it to the books, it fails. Oh man. Oh, good comparison though. Wow. Okay. I guess they again, mainly the people are complaining about the cuts. I mean that is one thing that the Harry Potter films did suffer from, was the fact that they cut so much out of it, like particularly the fifth book, which they cut so much out of it. I mean, it was still a good movie, but I still think they could do better. And that's the thing with book to a movie adaptations, is you can't do it perfectly, and it's very difficult. But again, it's not impossible. It's very much not impossible, and that's the problem. Well, that's the part about the movies, is that you can't really do a good job with adapting it. So that's just the way it is. But still, yeah, I people complain their cuts. I totally understand that, but still, again, I had an opinion here, but it's still, some of these comments are hilarious to read. They're just really funny, but still, anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's gonna do it for this episode of my reaction to bad reviews on Wiki Comments. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of reacting to bad reviews on good movies. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate the support. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more episodes of this series and other series that I do, as well as other content. And I'll be back next time with another episode. Alright? See ya.